Pour yourself a pint, cozy up, and get ready for another episode of Beer, Bros, and BS.
Welcome back to Beer Bros and BS. It's been a while, guys. Episode 121. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian.
Jose.
And this is Tony, the Craft Beer Gooner.
So, guys, it's been a little while.
It has been.
Been a few months.
Yes. Yeah. Who are you guys? I fucking don't even know who you are anymore.
Man, Tony, you look so much older. 3 months of 3 months is done to you?
Yeah. A lot's gone on.
Yeah.
I can't really talk about it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you guys are here.
Yep.
We have other guys we'll get to later. But first, let's get things going. Back on track. Jose, why don't you tell everybody what beer we're going to be drinking tonight?
Okay, let's see. Rebugvitis? Boogervitis? No.
Bless you.
Rebugvitis?
Yes.
Wait, isn't this Goobervitis?
That originally it was called Goobervitis, but apparently someone else has the trademark on the word goober. So it's now Rebug, which is goober backwards, in case you didn't figure that out. Yes. And that's from Garagiste Meadery in Tampa.
Ooh, a mead.
It is a mead. Yeah.
It's a mead. This one is 1888 Russian Imperial Stout by Pinellas Ale Works.
And finally.
And what year is it now?
The year is 1999. No,
and what year?
2019.
I was thinking, what year are we living in?
It's not 2019. Forget it.
The date is 2019/11/05.
Okay. But I was pointing out that like you read the year of 1888 as 1888.
Oh, it's not the name of the trolley?
I don't. Never mind it. See, we're
welcome back, guys. We're already
really
off the
rusty. We used to be a funny podcast. What else are we drinking, host?
Go your Dita.
And how is that spelled?
Go your Dita. It's just like Chef Boyardee. Go your Dita.
So if for those who can't see the can,
It's a pumpkin.
Could you spell it out?
Go Gordita.
Spell it out means my letter.
Oh, Gourdita.
Gordita.
Gordita.
Go your Dita.
Go your Dita.
Gordita.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So what are we going to open up first?
Let's drink some. I think we should start with Go Your Dita, which you brought, Dave, right? You want to tell us a little about it?
So this is Gordita, also known as Gordita. Let's go ahead and pour a little bit of that. It's our Miami beer for the episode, because you always got to have something local. And it's from this little brewery called Wakefield Brewing.
Quite small.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Not
you
that
guys
Have we had anything from them on the podcast?
once or twice.
Okay.
I think they're an up and coming brewery.
Yeah.
It's a Imperial pumpkin ale coming at 10%. Pumpkin spices and pumpkin and spices added. It's probably one of my favorite beers from that brewery. I'm very particular about my pumpkin beers, and something that's, their standard Gordita is already Imperial. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think of it?
I mean, it's pumpkin in a glass.
Yeah, it's pumpkin spice and it's an Imperial pumpkin spice beer.
Yeah. It's really nicely done. You get
the cinnamon warmth at the end, and
all that good stuff, right?
I don't know if it has lactose though. I think it's just malty.
No, I don't believe so.
There's also a barrel aged version of this. However, you can pick this up in the brewery. There are 4 packs of this available for purchase. I'm always on the lookout for this one. I do love a good pumpkin beer.
You do?
Yeah, you're the one that heavily enjoys also the one from Cigar City, the
good Goyard.
Good Goyard. And the good Goyard Almighty.
Also known as Good Gourd. But yes, those are
tomato.
Those are
Pumpkin.
I thought it was pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Punk.
So, let me ask you guys. Would you rather that Siri, or in Jose's case, Alexa, be your only friend? or everything you see, you have to buy, and every advertisement you see, you have to buy it.
Fuck.
So if you watch a lot of live TV, sports or anything,
Damn, can you imagine during the holiday seasons all those car commercials?
you would have to watch something like Netflix or Hulu, because
But I'd rather have my friends.
Is it only like ads during like watching TV shows or like
any advertisements you see, you have to buy.
Well, actually,
so you can no longer watch soccer.
I would rather do that because I would just buy it and then return it the next day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? Like, or you walk past a billboard, you have to buy the thing on the billboard, or
Yeah.
Any ad on the internet, you'd have to.
Let's say
You'd have to buy all those scams on the internet if you're going to Pornhub. On the sides, you have free.
Tony going to Pornhub.
I would never do such a thing.
No, we actually have recorded that you always give at the end of the year the Pornhub.
That wasn't me. That was
the craft beer.
That was the other
that's
guy.
Right. That was the craft beer gooner. I forgot.
That wasn't Tony. That was Tanny.
Torny.
Torioni. That was Tony.
That was
Tony.
Tony.
That
This
was
is
Tony.
Anthony.
Exactly. So, yeah, since it'd be so difficult to avoid advertisements entirely, you'd have to go with being friends with Alexa, I think.
Okay. Would you rather only watch sporting events that involve the Cleveland Browns? So, if you watch F1 racing, the team would be somebody in the Cleveland Browns. You watch soccer, starting 11 would be the same 11 that would, on the soccer pitch, would be the same starting 11. Baker Mayfield at keeper, or would he be the striker?
He might be, the deep lying playmaker.
Maybe.
Right.
And then any boxing match, you'd have, two of the players,
Mayfield.
and in the corner would be, the training staff.
Would both fighters be
Yes.
from the Browns fighting each other?
It would only be Cleveland Browns players, or you'd have to use Ben Affleck's stubble as a loofah.
I think I would take the Cleveland Brown players. Love to see Cozy in a boxing match or Baker Mayfield as a goalie. That would be interesting.
I'd go with Ben Affleck's stubble. I think it you'd get a good lather going.
Okay.
It would have some good exfoliating abilities.
Or would you rub this lather on?
Well, all my major crevices.
Would you rather that elderly people seek you out in order to die in front of you, or all of your exes have to move in with you?
That one, I guess.
No, I'd do the first one and have old people die in front of me. It's the only way I can get off, Dave.
You would just live in a notary? Well, you could always give me half of your inheritance.
You'd have to change your name. Would you rather have to change your name to Captain Assface, as opposed to what we call you guys behind your back? Or would you rather carry a drunk leprechaun in a front-facing baby backpack wherever you go?
Oh my god, that.
Yeah,
I would definitely carry the... What's the downside to this?
He'd be racist.
Okay. As opposed to...
Yeah, but he'd be like a little leprechaun, so it'd just be adorable.
Juice. And you're like, what? What'd he say?
Yeah, no one can understand him because he's a leprechaun. Is that how it works?
I would imagine. I've never seen one. And finally, would you rather that your height fluctuates by 3 feet every day? So you wake up either 3 feet taller or 3 feet shorter. If you're 3 feet taller, you might be able to dunk.
That's true.
Or would you rather live in McDonald's Playhouse with Ronald McDonald as your roommate?
Oh, fuck that. That's creepy as fuck.
But you might be able to hang out with the Hamburglar and Grimace.
Oh, Grimace is cool.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to hang out with the hamburger because he'd steal all your hamburgers.
But what if you didn't eat hamburgers? You might bring them over.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get free hamburgers, right? Because
maybe he's stealing them just to sell
Ronald
them.
McDonald is your roommate.
Maybe he's stealing them just to sell them in the black market. People already sell Popeyes chicken in the black market.
Why does the market have to be black?
Exactly. What are you, a racist leprechaun, Jose?
Okay, fine. It's black and white.
Well, why has it got to be color? Why got to be color specific?
Yeah.
Why can't it just be the market? Why can't somebody, sell it on the legit market? Like Facebook Marketplace or Offer Up? Where's Issa when you need them?
So, wait, what was the first one again?
I put the card away, so I don't recall. It would was it Captain Has-Face or?
Oh, right. No, I'll have Ronald McDonald as my roommate. Plus, the playground has those like plastic ball pits, which I love those. Like just jump into like the pit of plastic balls and be surrounded by them.
Oh, you love getting hepatitis C, don't you?
But that's one of those things. Yeah, I mean, it would be fun no matter what age, because even if you threw those balls, you can't throw them that hard, So you really want to throw a ball at somebody?
Yeah, my son has like a little mini ball pit.
Yeah.
He highly enjoys it.
I want to get one of those for my house.
They'll drop one day, Don't worry about the mini ball pit.
There's a lot of blue balls.
Yeah. Puberty is coming.
So, as we are a Miami podcast, what's going on in Miami, guys? I think it's time for our Miami Minute.
Miami Minute. Miami Minute.
Miami Minute number one.
Time for the Miami Minute. Okay.
No, it's supposed to be the Miami Dolphins song, guys.
I know, but it's...
Miami Minute. Miami Minute. Miami Minute number one. So what's going on in Miami, Jose?
What's going on in Miami is the Miami Dolphins. Jesus Christ, they finally won a game.
They won a game of football. That was going to be my topic as well. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. So they're after 8 games, they have finally won one of them, which takes them out of the top position for the number 1 draft pick.
They have the most picks in the next draft. So personally, I don't see what the big deal is. You don't
still have number of picks. It doesn't matter where you're picking.
It doesn't matter where you're picking.
Unless you have somebody that's like you that you would sign before without a doubt. You never want the number 1 pick. You're going to have to overpay for somebody unless he's, going to be on your team for the next 10 years.
Yeah, unless he's Saquon Barkley, for instance.
I don't know. I was reading that like if the season ended today, the Dolphins would have the 4th pick. So that means they would most likely miss out on the top 2 quarterbacks.
Which you would take the number 1 offensive lineman at that point, and then another offensive lineman. Maybe.
Okay. Do you think we need a quarterback more or an offensive lineman more?
Well, you need both. But the quarterback is the hardest one to find.
I would argue you take offensive lineman this year, and then next year you take Lawrence.
Yeah, I would say take.
So you're down for another tanking season next season?
Oh, but that's the thing. Look at Mahomes wasn't first pick overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who was first pick overall? Rosen.
No, he wasn't first.
Yeah, he was number 1.
Was he?
Yeah, for the Cardinals.
I thought it was
like 3 or something.
2 or 3, yeah.
2 or 3. But still,
okay. Who is arguably the best quarterback of all time?
Right now, Tom Brady.
He was a 4th or 5th round pick.
Like 6th round, I think.
Oh,
6th round, but like that was way before you had good analytics on.
Yeah.
That's
not going to happen again.
No, you can get 2 to 3 seasons. Any quarterback can have.
You also had Andre Johnson coming out of high school at 2 stars. I mean, like,
look, Tom Brady only started because Drew Bledsoe got injured.
Mm.
The Patriots love Drew Bledsoe, so there's no reason, I mean, and look at him now. He's not making deep passes. He's not running. He's not moving around. It's his O-line. To be successful, you only need to be able to throw the ball 10 yards accurately. Any of those quarterbacks can do that. If you have an O-line around them that can give you time.
No, exactly.
You can.
Remember when Brady was suspended for 4 games? And they played Brissett? They were still fine. I mean.
Tannehill got the Dolphins to the playoffs. Think about that.
Tannehill.
We can if he can get us into the playoffs, then you don't, because our O-line was so good. Imagine what, somebody who was a quarterback in college, not a wide receiver. Imagine how far you can go with that. I think it just remains get O-lines, because there's always quarterbacks. There's always somebody that can throw, but somebody that can really block. Because you look at the guys that we have now.
That's where I don't exactly agree with Laramie Tunzel, like trading him away.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that trade either.
I agree trading away Kenny Stills, but for maybe a second round, but Laremy Tunsil's, you don't ever hit that big on these offensive linemen.
On a left tackle, right? Like that's
on the left tackle, and you got him for the cheap. Remember, because he had that video where
where he smoked weed. Oh no, big deal.
Well, on a gas mask, that's pretty. That's pretty out there. It's pretty wild.
Whatever, it's only weed.
I know it's only weed.
If you can get an elite left tackle,
But to be honest, if that wasn't released, he would have been
top 3, right? Yeah. So whatever.
If not the number 1 pick of that draft.
I guess we'll see. The Dolphins need to come away with a quarterback in the draft, and if they win again, God forbid.
Of course, you still have to play the Jets again.
Yeah.
And you have to play the Bengals, which is arguably the worst team in America right now.
In the Tank Bowl.
I heard the game was getting it's going to be broadcasted on Comedy Central.
Could be.
So I don't know. Have you guys ever seen? Have you seen the latest Bad Boys for Life trailer?
No.
It actually looks pretty decent. Have you guys seen the other films?
Like Bad Boys, Will Smith.
Yeah.
Not in a long time, but yeah.
I remember when they closed down the
MacLeod.
I remember when they closed down the Rickenbacker, because I would go fishing every other weekend, and when I went to the Rickenbacker, to go fishing on the bridge, and it was like, nope, it was closed off, and I was like, fuck. Had to turn around.
Yeah, they have the
go back home.
If you watch the first one, you can see the old Miami Herald building there. That used to be there. And second film, that final fight scene. Well, not the final fight scene. Second to final, penultimate fight scene where they raid the spoiler, the drug dealer's house in Miami. It's Vizcaya, which is pretty cool.
Vizcaya can also be seen in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective,
and you can also be seen in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, Iron Man 3.
So, shout out to Vizcaya.
Yeah, what up, Vizcaya?
Villa Vizcaya, keeping it real.
Yep. Been filmed in how many movies now? I guess.
I mean, there's a good chance. If you're going to film in Miami, there's a good chance it's going to be Vizcaya at some point because of its location and what it looks like.
Shout out to Biltmore for The Shining.
What do you mean?
The Shining was filmed at the Biltmore.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that was true.
No?
Wasn't it in Colorado?
I think so.
Oh, okay, never mind. Miami Rouge.
Especially those shots of driving up the mountain in the snow to get to
No, that's not that, but the inside of the hotel. Oh. The hotel shots.
I have to look that up.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's possible, but I thought it was all in Colorado.
I'll look it up while you guys keep talking.
Well, I was going to say that brings us to our next beer.
Oh, okay.
Which one?
We could do the mead.
Corking, live corking.
Which could be live decorking. Okay, while you do your live decorking, I will see if.
Okay.
So, Jose, do you know? Is there a specific reason why mead tend to come in those slimmer bottles?
I don't know why, actually.
Okay.
I don't know why. I do know why they come in clear bottles. It's because since they don't use hops, then there's no fear of the light reacting to the hops oils. So the reason why you have brown bottles is because green light reacts with the hop oils, and it makes it taste like cardboard. So it oxidizes a little bit quicker. And that's why you should use brown bottles, not the green bottles like Heineken or...
Okay, that is very interesting, but why do we store mead in these slim bottles?
Why the slim bottles? Yeah. I don't know why. Why would you do this?
Okay, we'll have to look that up.
Why not a little bottle, like the bottles that they stored, like the Utopia? Why not a decanter bottle?
Well, the Utopia's bottles is meant to look like a mash tun.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never actually seen it. I remember it being weird, shape, but I didn't recognize it as a mash tun at the time.
Okay, so The Shining, the interiors were actually constructed at Elstree Studios in Hertfordshire, England. But the exterior of the Overlook Hotel is the Timberline Lodge in Mount Hood, Oregon.
And I thought it was based on a hotel in Colorado.
Maybe in the story that's where it is.
It's like I thought it was based on a real place. He wrote it.
Okay. Anyway, so what we've got here is Reboog Vitus, formerly Goober Vitus, from Garagiste Meadery out of Tampa, which is a grape and PB&J mead. So grape mead with peanuts. And I love these Reboog beers that Garrett, or meads rather, that Garagiste Meadery makes. It's like literally like liquid PB&J. It's like so good, you guys.
Yeah, but it's the peanut that you get is not like the usual like peanut butter flavor. It's more like the Spanish peanuts. You know how you get the Spanish peanuts with the red skins around them? It's kind of like that, where it's like it's really sharp, like the peanut flavor, and then it's balanced with the grape, like winey flavor.
Its aroma is fantastic.
Yeah, like the first thing you get is like a huge whiff of peanut, just smelling it. And like when you taste it, it's like seriously like biting into a PB&J sandwich. But
So
actually,
good.
it even
Super
has
good.
a little bit of floaties.
Floaties. So
I would dare say my favorite mead. Didn't we have this here before?
Coming from the champ.
And I can hold my own in PB&Js, plus all of yours. This is just fantastic.
that's true, yeah.
We should record there and bring our title.
Yeah. does this bring back bad memories or good memories?
You know, last year, the first year was pretty bad. I didn't feel great. But this last year changed my whole practice. Mm-hmm. I felt fine after. Dare say I was hungry later that night.
Yeah.
The next day I was good until, dinner the next day. But this year
you're training? Are you doing the Rocky theme, like with the hoodie? Like,
true story. I think you saw me before.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there and I had my girlfriend's AirPods in because I had forgot my headphones. And I was just, training, just in the zone. And not playing any part.
oh, you mean like kind of like Michael Phelps during the Olympics,
Exactly.
Yeah.
where he was just like zoning in, like.
I was listening to some song and I was just bobbing my head. Like I was getting angry. I don't know why I was getting angry. Everyone there having a good time. I was like, this is mine and no one's going to take it. This is mine and no one's going to take it.
So what we're referring to, if you're not aware, is Dave here is the PB&J sandwich eating champion.
The 2-time reigning.
Yes, 2 years running at Lincoln's Beard Brewery's what is it? PB and Jellyfest? Don't Be Jellyfest.
Don't Be Jellyfest, hosted by Lincoln's Beard Brewing and Mr. PB&J.
Yeah.
I did hear that our friends from those places who opened up Strange Beasts, which is a pizzeria and brew pub here in Miami, there may be a pizza eating contest.
I heard their pizzas are fire.
They are.
I haven't had one yet.
They are good, yeah.
And if you haven't been to Strange Beasts, look them up online, follow them online, and definitely go check them out and tell them that Beer Bro sent you.
Yes. And take an Uber because the parking there sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
For now. I'm pretty sure they'll figure something out.
Okay, so Tony, what topic you got for us tonight?
So, topic I wanted to talk about was basically everyone's been talking about this one. Popeyes has brought back the chicken sandwich. People are, standing in long lines to try to get a chicken sandwich. Have you guys had it yet? The Popeyes chicken sandwich?
I almost went yesterday. True story.
I had the intentions of waking up and actually standing in line for one in the morning on Sunday, but I was like, like I was too hungover.
And
from Saturday.
you've got a Popeyes like down the street from you.
Yeah, exactly. But like I went there, I went past it, like to get I was brewing, so that took up most of my time. So I'm brewing Colts right now, so I went by and the the line to get to the Popeyes chicken extended all the way out into the main street.
Wow.
Like, so it was insane. Like, and by the time I tried to go back in there, they put up like chairs to block off the drive-through because, I guess they were just out, and it's just chaos. It's chaos. Please don't get killed or stabbed.
So yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. That in Maryland, a man was stabbed to death
over Popeyes.
Yes, in the Popeyes chicken sandwich line, because one of them apparently like cut in front of the other one in line and got stabbed to death.
You cut in line, I'll cut you.
Pretty much, yeah. And you know, as ridiculous as that sounds, this is like the best publicity I could think of for the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Well, this is not the first time that a violent crime has been committed for Popeyes. There was somewhere else that somebody held at gunpoint the Popeyes to give them the chicken sandwich.
I think, who was it? I think it was either KFC or what's the other place? That place that you hate, Tony?
Miami Subs?
No, the chicken place.
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
You hate Miami Subs?
Yes.
Why?
What specifically about it?
Because Pitbull owns it.
He owns a few locations.
Or he owns like...
Just because he gets money from it doesn't mean that he influences.
That's why I cannot support it.
No, but it's still... Tony. Miami Subs has been there forever. It's like one of Miami's icons.
Yeah. But where else can you get a gyro sandwich that quick?
Exactly.
You know, and I used to like the food at Miami Subs, but I can't support them now in good conscience.
Actually, fun trivia, the Popeyes chicken used to be a Miami Subs.
So can you go there now?
At least they've upgraded. Yes, I could go to Popeyes chicken.
I think Chick-fil-A
I do love Popeyes.
or KFC, their social media was putting out something along the lines of like, come here and get the second best chicken sandwich.
That's pretty funny.
And they were, I think it was Chick-fil-A. I'm like, yeah, if Popeyes has the best, then I think we'd have to easily say that we have the second best. So, you don't have to wait in line for a long line for the second best sandwich.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not that big on chicken sandwiches. I prefer to have a frita, Cuban frita. And
for those who don't know, what is a
Cuban frita is a 50-50 ground chuck beef with chorizo or blood sausages. And it's made into a sandwich, into a hamburger, and it's topped with julienne fries, which is like Pikmin fries. So it's the traditional like Cuban hamburger, and they have it all over Miami. You probably heard the Burger Beast from the last podcast talk about it, and after that podcast, I started just touring Miami too.
Have you been to his restaurant yet?
I haven't.
Oh,
I need to go.
I kid you not. Have you been?
No.
Those beast fries?
But the grand opening is soon, right?
I think not this week.
No, but
maybe
he's
the
had
next week.
several soft openings.
Yeah, he's had pop-ups at the same location, and I swear the place is slammed. Good luck finding parking, and once you do, you can place your order, and then I think we had to wait like 15 to 25 minutes for a table, and then the food came out maybe like 10 minutes after that because they are slammed.
Okay, so actually the grand opening is Sunday, November 17th, so coming up soon.
Oh, nice.
But definitely get the Burger Beast and get the beast fries, the sauce that comes with that. Oh my God. And like the beast fries they're kind of like curly fries.
Does he also offer fritas?
Well, at the pop-ups, no. Has he? I don't remember. But he has had Faygo Red Pop. And if you've never had Red Pop Faygo, you don't know what you're missing. What flavor is it? It's called Red Pop. It's just Red Pop.
Tastes like red.
It is so delicious. It's not like a cream soda. It's so good. It is quintessential Michigan, and it goes great with a burger. And those beast fries are like a tray of halfway between potato wedge curly fries. So you can you have scoopable power.
So like curly wedges.
Kind of like that, yeah.
What?
And with the beef sauce that he puts on, which is like a garlicky ranch on steroids, and then there's cheese and bacon. And, when you get bacon fries, or nachos, any type of, thing like that, you always go for that kind of, whichever pieces have that on it. There was so much left over. Bacon left over.
I do trust Burger Beast to, not only have a good burger, but have like all good food. And
it was fantastic.
And excellent pop.
And not like, cheap out on the portions or on the toppings. So
you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for making me hungry, guys.
Exactly. And actually, after he gave us that book, I was reading it and actually made the Frida recipe that was on the book, and it was actually fire.
Awesome.
So for my topic, also coincidentally on food, but it's on Wendys. Wendys decided to make a game that I enjoy playing. I used to enjoy playing this at the hobby shop. And it's called Dungeons and Dragons.
What the fuck is Dungeons and Dragons?
I've never heard of that.
Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop RPG, so you get to play out your fantasy with like little miniature figures or pen and paper if you like.
What kind of fantasy?
Any fantasy that the Dungeon Master wants.
Wait, there's a Dungeon Master?
There's a Dungeon Master.
Is that part of your fantasy?
This is sounding kind of kinky.
What is she wearing?
Roll for perception. Anyway, so Wendys, since they saw the popularity of Dungeons and Dragons and a bunch of streamers, especially gamers, starting to get into Dungeons and Dragons, they made their own full Dungeons and Dragons game, like module. Like it's hilarious because you pick your classes. You could be like a potato master, which is a wizard, or like the fiery chicken, like warrior.
What's a potato, Precious?
My goodness,
Potatoes.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in stew. Anyways,
it'd be funny though. Like in that game, if there was like an evil Burger King.
There is
a jester and like an Irish jester. Called MacDonald.
Yeah, no, you go into it's called the Jester, and you have to fight him. Like I read through the modules, and you eventually go to his land, the Jester's land, and it's ice. It's full of ice because everything is frozen.
Nice. Did you guys?
And it's just hilarious. It's pretty cool because you get practically a free Dungeons and Dragons game without having to buy the books. And if you really want to get started on just like something quick and simple, you can just download for free the adventure from Wendys.
You could also get free Dungeons and Dragons books at your local library for free.
Oh, I did not know that.
Did you guys ever play there's like Burger King video games for Xbox?
Oh yeah, it was like a driving game.
There was like a few of them. One of them was like Sneak King, where you had to be the Burger King and you had to like sneak around.
There was one that was like a kind of like a soccer, but you're in cars.
I think so. Yeah.
It was what's that game now? There's like a really popular game.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Oh, the
Rocket
soccer.
League.
Yeah, Rocket League.
Rocket League. It was like that. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I think there is also like a creepy king or whatever, like in the actual adventure. Like it has like 5 little like
or like
adventures.
The Queen of Burgerland, or
the first one you fight hunger, and
the jester, the rules. Their rules of land is his buddy Little Mac.
Little Mac. He's a boxer.
Well, I mean that'd be funny, but.
And actually, they did a really damn good job of going into like details. I'm like, wow, Wendy actually went out and paid a bunch of people, professionals, to do this because it's like down to the detail. I'm like, wow, this is a big book. Like the PDF is huge. So, I mean, congrats to them. They're the kings of social media. I don't care, man.
So. As a librarian, I often like to stay well-versed in things that are going around in the country relating to libraries. So in Michigan, a woman was arrested. Well, she got an arrest warrant for turning in a library book 2 years late. 2 years late. And you got an arrest warrant.
I was going to say, that doesn't seem like a long time in the scheme of things.
You have any books you want to tell me about now, Tony?
No, but I'm sure I've seen stories where like somebody, they discovered a book that, like in their house that's been like checked out since like for 100 years or whatever, and then they take it back and the library's like, oh, haha, it's so old, and nothing happens. So,
well,
it's probably 1A because it's 100 years old. B, whoever checked it out is already dead. So good luck arresting them, man.
Well, the thing is this. Okay, so first off, this took place in a city, and I know how to pronounce the name, but you can usually tell somebody who's not from the area by how they pronounce the name. So I'm going to spell it out for you guys.
Worcestershire.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I'm really good at this.
Okay, it's spelled CHARLOTTE.
Charlotte?
Yeah. Well, North Carolina or
This is Michigan.
oh, so I'm going to say it's probably not Charlotte, and I'll guess Charlotte.
You are correct.
Oh.
It is, there are lots of Charlottes out in this country, but in Michigan, it is pronounced Charlotte.
Mm.
And you can usually ping somebody who's not from Michigan or from the area by when you're driving through Charlotte, or if you stop at anywhere and you say anything about that, and you say, you're not a Michigander.
Mm.
So,
like people that say like Houston Street in New York instead of Houston.
Exactly. So, evidently, she was charged with failure to return a rental property, which carries a maximum penalty of 93 days in jail and a $500 fine. And evidently, she had checked out Night by Elie Wiesel and Where the Red Things Grow, and Where the Wild Things Are. And
wait, he didn't write Where the Wild Things
no, and that book. And evidently she was in an abusive relationship, and she had escaped and went to that town where they have a center that helps out women who are in abusive relationships. And so they advised me to go to the library. She went to the library. She checked it out, got better. She had children with her. She got remarried, and she was going for a promotion. They had to run a background check on her, and it came out that she had an arrest warrant, but they couldn't give it to her because she had an arrest warrant. And when she goes to check it out, find out more information, that's when she found out that she never returned 2 books. The library reported it, and she found out that she did have the books at home. So when she brought the books in is when, she thought she'd have to just deal with the fine, but she has to deal with the arrest warrant and now a court date.
So remember,
Did
everybody.
you, Missy, take these books hostage at home?
And that's what happens.
And this is why people hate libraries, Dave.
And that's what happens when you live in a rural community with a small rural library.
You see, she denied. You don't understand. She denied all those children for 2 years where the wild things are.
It was over 2 years, but
Oh, it's over. Oh, how many years did you check this out?
I have to go through and look
Seriously,
at it.
by the time she returned the books, the kids will be like too old to read them.
But the thing is that there's always new, younger.
She cursed generations of kids. Even worse.
So, not every library is like that. In Dade County, if you used to not return your items and you had a balance of even, let's say, $50 for lost books, you would they just send it to a collection agency. And then once you returned it and worked it out. But now we don't charge fines, so
you can just keep books indefinitely?
Well, you'll get charged for them, but once you return them, no problems.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We're 21st century library over here, Tony.
Okay, so there you go. If you want to read books, just check them out, and you can return them anytime you like.
In Miami.
Just tell them.
Come down here and read.
Dave, the big librarian, said it was okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you don't imagine that it's in the library. I just found out that you can get the Dungeons & Dragons book. So, can you also get Warhammer 40K books out there?
I'd have to look. I would be surprised if we didn't have at least one copy.
Okay.
We are the 7th largest library system in the country, so we have quite a collection of things.
Oh, you probably have all the brewery books I need.
probably somewhere that there's recipe books. I do know that I am trying to order what is popular now for my library. So there's lots of beer pairing and things like that. I do order books, video games, whatever popular now.
Did you run out of 50 Shades of Grey when 50 Shades of Grey was like popular?
One of those type of things is we don't have to order lots of those books because somebody will read it. Like they don't want to wait in line, so they'll just buy it themselves, a paperback copy of it, and then they'll come in and say, "Hey, I read it. I'm done with it." And those kind of books we received like hundreds.
Yeah, so like bestsellers, you'll get a bunch of donations.
Hundreds and hundreds of donations. And, it'll be like to the point where, whatever is popular at the time. There was, what was that? The Twilight series was one of those ones. The Harry Potters. They'll come. I mean, Harry Potter's still popular. Twilight is like, we have how many copies of each book, and
it's haunting.
It's like, here, just keep it.
Yeah. I mean, of course we'll take them because it is you can use it as a tax deduction. So, and we will give you a signed receipt for your item. So,
oh, nice.
So, about your local public library.
Yes.
Did not know that. Okay. Cool.
Donate your extra copies of Twilight.
And we got one more beer.
And Animorphs.
And we got one more beer to open up. Another live opening, Jose.
This is 188.8.
188.8?
188.8.
It's a Russian Imperial Stout from Pinellas Ale Works. It has a sticker here. It says, Best Florida Beer. Gold winner of 2017.
Nice. I don't believe I've had a beer from this brewery before.
Best Florida Beer.
Aren't there like Florida Beer Awards?
Yeah. But
question is, where do they have that?
Exactly.
Orlando?
What is it? The Gold Cup?
No, it has like a palm tree and everything in here.
No, but where did they win the award at?
Sport.
Yeah. Oh, it just says gold winner.
Yeah. Oh, there's actually text on the side. Oh, I'm sorry, listeners.
Fancy that.
Oh, it is 1888. So it is the year. It's not not just the railroad.
It's not 188.8. What railroad? What are you talking about?
No, I thought it was the car, like the steam engine. 18888. Oh.
Yeah, so let's check this out. Have you guys ever had any beers from this brewery before?
I have not.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Where are they located, Jose?
Pinellas County.
Yeah, which is like by St. Petersburg.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
So it's the West Coast.
So this is the apparently it's June 8th, 1880. It's the first train that pulled up in the last stop of southern Pinellas County.
Oh, okay.
The train arrived carrying empty freight cars and one passenger on the railroad built by Peter Demens. Eventually, the city that rose around the stop was named after his birthplace, St. Petersburg, Russia. Mm. To honor the arrival of the first train, we present this beer that was barley, chocolate, toffee, and dark fruit. Enough to satisfy even the most demanding aristocrats. Oh, so I guess it's to honor the founding of St. Petersburg, Florida.
Definitely get lots of chocolate.
Yeah, it's
like bitter chocolate.
Yeah, and it's quite roasty as well.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if you get like that roastiness, like and that roastiness you usually get in by dark Prince malts or like something like that's one of those aromatic malts. So that's why it kind of tastes like soy saucy sometimes.
Yeah, it almost tastes like there's coffee in it, but not.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Would that roastiness mellow out over time, or would that stay?
No, that would stay. Actually, the roastiness kind of improves the beer. the roastiness / smokiness. There's certain phenols in there that actually help improve. One of the famous beers to cellar is the Alaskan Porter because it's a smoked porter.
And does it stay true, or does it?
No, it actually it smoothes out a little bit, and it helps it like get a little not as pruny, but like it gets pruny and like dark fruit flavors and. But I know that the smoke helps it out a little bit to like accentuate that. Pick up if you can go to the local library, pick up a book called Vintage Beer. It tells you all about vintaging ales.
See if we have that one. I'll check tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Tony, what burns your bacon?
What burns my bacon? So, you guys know, one of the reasons we've had a extended layoff is because I was on my honeymoon.
Oh, nice. Where'd you go?
For a good 3 weeks. Went to Jordan and Egypt. So, to see two of the wonders, Petra and the Great Pyramids. But what burns my bacon is that in Egypt, wherever you go that's like a tourist spot, you're like immediately attacked by really aggressive vendors that are trying.
Yeah, I should have warned you about that.
That they're like trying to force their like little crap trinkets on you or whatever.
Tony.
But aren't they all like found in the desert? And
Yeah, they're.
You would think that, but they say made in China, so I had my doubts.
oh no,
Yeah, it's like they kind of
Tony, how can you be this insensitive?
they kind of let the inmates run the asylum.
How can you be this insensitive? If the life of your children depended on me selling this stupid tourist this trinket, wouldn't you do it, Tony?
No,
No, okay.
I don't have children.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go to Egypt, watch out for the vendors and just ignore them. Don't take anything. Like
No, actually, one of the vendors, I went to Bahrain for work, and one of the vendors actually pulled out a bag, gave me a bag, put it in my hands, and then started taking stuff from his store. And then it's like, okay, here. And it's like,
yeah, no, you can't take anything. If you hold it in your hand, you have to buy it. Like they'll offer you something like it's a gift, but no, if you take it, you have to buy it.
classic move. Yeah. Oh, here, look. Did you see this? Nah, I can see it. Yeah, you're right. I don't have to touch it. No, hold it. No. Not today, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or they'll try to take a picture with you, like, oh, have a picture with my silly hats, and if you take the picture, then you have to pay them. That just burns my bacon. It's pretty obnoxious. So that's a travel tip for you if you go to Egypt.
Jose,
Did any camel spit on you?
No, I knew better to stand in the path of camel spit.
Jose, what burns your bacon?
Oof, what burns my bacon is fucking.
Fucking is pretty good.
No,
If it burns your bacon, you're not doing it right.
Good. I'm sorry. For the listeners out there, but it's actually putting in the car seat.
Okay.
The child car seat. Those things are such a pain in the ass sometimes. Because they're not all made the same, so like sometimes you have to put in like one end of the car seat, and then like you figure out, and then you're hoping to God that you can get the other end, and then it's like you finally get the strap in, and then all of a sudden you realize that the thing isn't leveled, so you have to take out all of it out and then put it back in, like put in the straps, and you pull one of the straps, and the straps actually is for the belt. For the seat belt, and it's not like, oh, okay, now you have to actually go into the back and then unstrap the whole thing, and that fucking burns my bacon. Like, how fucking hard is this shit, dude?
So the lesson is, don't have kids.
Or build a simpler car seat.
Why don't you just leave it in there all the time?
Oh, because sometimes we only have like one car seat, so sometimes I have to take it and put it in my mom's car, and then I have to figure out, where the hell do you strap it on? Can it be strapped on? Do I have to use a seatbelt? And then like...
So I see this as a business opportunity for somebody to make a car seat that would be universal with its stroller. So you could buy, let's say you have 4 in-laws. You could buy 6 seats, one for each parent as well. And then just leave it in their vehicle. And if you ever have to take it out, then you can just take it out and put it right on your stroller. Business opportunity.
I think they already sell one of those. They sell the base. So I do have one of those. The thing is that he outgrew that. So
it's another problem with children. They tend to grow. It's a big pain in the ass.
I know, Tony. But no, it's still, it's, that one actually was not too bad because, of course, you can put the base in and it just like unhooks and it's part of the, like a carriage. It's, so that one's easy, but it's when they start growing out that it's actually the full size, like a car seat, and it's a pain in the ass to put in. I can't, like, I'm used to sleeping in the car. That's another thing. And the baby, the infant seat is now in the back of me. So actually if I want to sleep in my car during like my lunch break, I actually have to go into the car, go to the passenger seat, turn on my car from the passenger seat, and then like snooze.
So why don't you keep the car seat on the rear passenger side?
How tall is my wife, Tony?
Oh, yeah.
I would have said, how about you not sleep on your lunch break?
Yeah. Actually, it's very dangerous to sleep in your car.
Really?
Yeah, you might crash into another car.
I leave it in parking. I thought you were going to talk about carbon monoxide poisoning, but
also this.
See, for me, what burns my bacon is not being able to record regularly. Having people move out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and having people that are in town not check in.
That's quite an inconvenience.
To Untapped.
Well, I wasn't going to mention you, but
yeah,
I didn't know that we weren't caught up. But that burns my bacon too.
Yeah,
I did add I do check every now and then to add people to our friends and Untapped, and I saw we could add groups.
Well, now we'll be. We should be catching up soon.
Yeah,
with our beers,
and maybe have new groups to talk about it.
Sure. And so let me ask you guys, what was your favorite beer of the night?
The mead for me. Reboog Vitus.
Wait, he asked what was your favorite beer?
What was your favorite drink of the night?
Oh, drink. Okay. So, drink the Gubervitis or Reboog Vitus.
I'd have to say the same for me, too.
Yeah. Followed up by Gordita.
Yeah, if you're anywhere near the Tampa area, definitely, pass by a Garagiste. Like, they have great meads. Like, even if you're not into mead, because I wasn't for a long time.
You will be.
Yeah, check out their meads because they might make a convert out of you.
Yeah. We've already had the Pignon, I believe, on the podcast.
I believe so, yeah.
A Pignon, and the Blue Mountain one is great too. It's like everything that they make in meads is practically amazing.
So don't forget, please follow and subscribe to us on social media. If you have a beer that you think we should review, send us a bottle of it. Reach out to us, and if you are a home brewer, you'd like us to review, or either beer, cider, or mead, we'll do an online on-air opening, and we'll review it, and we won't make fun of you. We will drink it. We will appreciate it, and might even get to have you on the show. Might Skype you in or something. So thanks for listening. We're back.
Our mailboxes are still open for nudes.
Always.
Thanks, Dan. So thanks for listening. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian.
Jose.
And I'm Tony, the Craft Beer Gooner.
All right. Good night, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Podcast Addict.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Beer Bros and BS. Cheers.
Beer Bros. Beer Bros.
Beer Bros. Beer Bros.
And BS.
Yes.